Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about this from Bounding into Comics. From another Nothing Burger shenanigans created by Anita Sarkeesian. What else? Anita Sarkeesian plays the victim after receiving pushback from women against disingenuous complaint of boob armor in The Mandalorian. Anita Sarkeesian has once again sparked a wave of discourse after the notorious feminist media critic cried foul and played the victim of the recent pushback against a complaint she made against the boob armor in The Mandalorian. How dare women have their own armor that fits and molds their own body? How dare they? Imagine that. I wonder what would happen if a male needed some space in his crotch for, balls. And this bitch, no, obviously this bitch actually believes in the fact that males should be sexualized, not women. So in that case, it will never actually be a problem, but let's assume that she actually does the same thing, and she follows equally with her bullshit on the other sex, on the other gender. Imagine if she said that males should not have spaces for their own dangling balls and their armor should be a straight plate. Wouldn't that be uncomfortable? Yes. I assume it's the same thing for the boobies, even though in my moobs, here, which is developed by a lot of skin after I lost based on the weight, another of myself. Yes, I crapped another of myself throughout the years. That's how much crap I had inside of me. Whoa, I was heavy, dude, wasn't I? Anyway, well, this latest season of The Mandalorian has thus far shown numerous moments worthy of a fun excitement, such as DiAngelo, straight out of Knights of the Old Republic, create a dragon hunt. Or Baby Yoda's potentially genocidal eating habits, which we saw that some people actually got triggered over it. The few events in the second season have enjoyed as big of a fan reaction as the return of the fan favorite Mandalorian Bo-Katan Kryze, making her first appearance since the Star Wars Rebels episode Heroes of Mandalore. Bo-Katan appeared alongside newly introduced Mandalorians Koska, Reeves, and Axe Wolves, clad in their unique Mandalorian armors and offering DiAngelo information on the Jedi in exchange for his assistance in the raiding an Imperial vessel. Yeah, well, since I don't get Disney Plus or any other of those channels where I live, that becomes kind of an issue for me to actually watch these episodes. But hopefully, eventually I find the time to, well, access them in some certain bay with very nice but definitely outlawed people. Either way, let's keep going. Well, most fans agree that the appearance of the fully armored Mandalorian trio was a highlight of the episode. Sarkeesian took issue with the Bo-Katan, and Koska's armors were designed to allow room for their chests. Lady Mandalorians have boob armor? Asked Sarkeesian. Oh, come on, seriously? No, I need to read in Sarkeesianism.
Lady Mandalorians have boob armor? Come on, seriously?
Oh boy. Are you telling me that a woman should not be allowed to accommodate their features because you feel insulted? I'm pretty sure I've seen a few of your pictures. Besides getting fatter and fatter throughout the years and becoming less and less physically appealing, you still have a lot of boobs. Unsurprisingly, Sarkeesian take received a massive amount of pushback, with many fans noting that the armor wasn't boob armor, but rather just armor made specifically for the female body, and asserting that the critics seemed to just be looking for an issue to be upset with. Yes, they are absolutely fucking correct. She just wants attention. She just wants her 5 minutes of fame back. She was pretty much a nobody before. She cheated a lot of people with a lot of money. And now she's pretty much just a nobody today. And she wants her attention back. Looking at the tree, seeing how he has similar plating that's flat to his chest, he's telling that this chest arm is just made to contour to their chests, more so than the sexual intent as the women that there have protruding chests. Okay, seriously, this was a confusing tweet, but I think I understand the gist of it. In response to one user who sarcastically replied to Anita, Undoomed, that's definitely the Undoomed dude. He has an incredible voice, I wish I had that voice, but Replied to Anita, let's see if I can mimic his voice.
Yes, it's terribly sexist to cater to woman needs in combat armor.
I can't do it. Author of the US Army Iraq War combat veteran Brian Lee Dusty noted how in real life the real problem for female soldier gear is in fact how the sappy plates are flat and smash against our boobies and flatten them, and it's so uncomfortable. Here it is. She's absolutely correct. You need to add or make the armor or the clothing fit to the body of the people who is actually wearing it. Imagine going to combat and you're trying to survive, but your little boobies are being pressed through your body, and it's horrible. It must be horrible, especially sometimes when I get a chance to stare at the Satan's bunghole and my movies start to develop its own Mississippi River, or it starts developing its own Nile, and it starts sweating. Imagine that when you have pretty much of a more well-endowed boobies. It's almost like 50% of the planet have these fleshy mounds on their chests that hurt if they are squished too hard. Asserted report. Okay, not everything you see is misogynistic. Let's see. You probably scream every time you go to the X section of the grocery store because they are selling products made by females. Yes, she actually must. And look at this. This looks hot. It should be noted Bo-Katan has appeared in her chest accommodating armor since first appearing in Star Wars The Clone Wars series in 2012, considering Sarkeesian media critics and her feminist frequency website, which is pretty much a disastrous little shithole, rose to prominence in 2011. It seems that she only took notice of Bo-Katan's appearance in The Mandalorian due to the show's current popularity. Yes, she does not like gaming, she does not game, she does not do anything of those things. And yet she has the audacity to come and complain about those things. She's not a gamer, never was and never will be. You can actually see a few times where she actually tried to game or do something and she failed. As you can see here, for instance, I'm surprised they didn't actually blackwash or do something else to the character on the Mandalorian. So I'm glad that they actually followed it through. It's amazing. After receiving a massive rash on her initial tweet with over 1,000 replies compared to a little over 50 likes, Sarkeesian turned her sights on her detractors and quipped, "But for real, we already did this," providing a screenshot comparison of the engagement on her tweet with a similarly abysmal ratio seen on her last attack on The Mandalorian, which she asked during the series premiere. Am I ex-military, or is there not a single speaking character in the first episode of the single female? They forgot to actually add the female here on The Mandalorian. Sarkeesian would then launch into a tirade against those who disagreed with her armor-related complaint, strawmanning her critics as grown-ass children. Isn't that exactly what you're doing, Anita? You are acting like a grown-ass kid, because you are seeing things you don't like. Oh, grow the fuck up, bitch. Who throw these embarrassments temper tantrums when a woman has been the slightest critique of the mainstream corporate media they feel ownership over? Oh, go fuck yourself. You throw shit around the wall and you don't expect the shit to be thrown back at you? Yeah. Sorry to bust your bubble, but the jig is up, y'all.
Sorry to bust your bubble. The jig is up, y'all.
She continued climbing there.
Star Wars isn't some niche exclusive club where you hang up a no girls allowed sign and dictate the terms of discourse. Only I am allowed to do it. It was never was and it is not a change anytime soon.
Jesus. Unfortunately for Sarkeesian audiences across Twitter, particularly women once again disagreed with her arguments. Yes, a lot of women tend to disagree with what Anita Sarkeesian keeps saying. I actually liked a lot of your criticism and think you have important points. I will disagree with you. Wrote the story together, but when women are pointing out that they have worn stage or reenactment armor with chest allotment for comfort, and you ignore that it feels sort of scummy. Let's see, Twitch streamer would recall how her mom was a Star Wars fan from the get-go, and she'd been a Star Wars fan since I came to this country. Star Wars has always been inclusive, said Bill. It's people like you, notorious agitators, who try to antagonize and demonize fans that are the problem. I'm trying not to say their names, mostly because I don't want to get yeeted out of YouTube. But once again, I'm going to say this, mentioning this, don't ever contact Anita Sarkeesian or her fans, don't ever attack them, don't ever look at them or her, because you know that's considered harassment. If you tweet at them, if you talk to them, that's considered a death threat. So don't, okay? I don't want any problems, and I don't want to get yeeted out of YouTube. Yo, this is only embarrassing, declared this is the kind of shit that takes the credibility from feminist discourses. She's absolutely 100% correct. This takes the credibility. Then she described how Mandalorians don't have booby armor, they have molded chest plates to protect their bodies. Bodies which have boobs there, before concluding calling Sarkeesian a fucking weirdo. What? Yes, Andy are absolutely correct. She just wants the 5 minutes of fame that she had in the past. She wants them back. She wants to milk her fans with for more money. That's absolutely for 100% sure, based on what she demanded. She demanded money to make a game and didn't deliver, and things like that. Allegedly. I disavow everything I said in this video. I disavow. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you on my next video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you want more of whatever this is. Remember, I disavowed everything I just said. Everything I said is fake news. It's completely and utterly fake news, and it's not based on any fact whatsoever, and it's non-existent. You didn't even watch this. It's completely gone. So, thank you for watching. See you on my next video. Good night.